Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Hako episode number 18 reaction. So the previous episode we got to see Taiki trying to take it hard on himself. He was just like being too strict obviously on himself, and not only that, he was scared about the fact, not scared, but I guess you could say his confidence was very low, since they will be practicing against Yusa, and he was scared about, at least as per my interpretation, he was just scared to face someone who he knows he has a big difference against, and he's scared about the fact that he doesn't know whether he'll be able to go get close to him in skill. If not, then like it'll be like a big reminder to him that he hasn't improved, and that like scares him. He tries to take it hard on himself. Like, how do you kind of compare that with him being in the desert, and without rehydrating himself, he keeps on walking, and yeah, like that is basically his situation. So yeah, there was a few other scenes with Hina, and that the whole snow bike scene and everything, all that, that was also happening. So all those things happened. Let's see what happens today. In the end, we see Yusa is here already. So yeah, let's see. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Think it whichever is a preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh boy. Damn, been going to the gym. Damn. Wow. He just goes to sleep. Yakshiji, that's an. How do you? I'm assuming. Yep. Yeah. Damn. Oh. Oh, here we go. Oh boy, here we go. He does. I don't think he remembers that he's the one who he played against. That's like the level, I guess you could say. Like, if Taiki is able to show him that, yeah, I am a threat, then he'll remember, obviously. But for now, I don't think he remembers that. He talked about, like, oh, he took me to the gym. That's all he remembers. So he doesn't even remember the other. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. I know. Hmm. Okay. He's like, bro, he has too much energy. Yeah. 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 Okay. Hmm. Yeah, like that. Oh no. Oh yeah. Yes, is there as well. Oh, he got one. Right. Oh no, here we go. Yeah, because they have been interacting in school. Right. Oh yeah, that's true. She did hear that. Yeah. She's like, wait. Ah, there you go. She told him. Her. She's like, wait a minute. You never told me this? Oi, stop! Do not scream like that. Yeah. Okay. She's like, wait a minute. Something did happen. Loaded pause. Yeah. 5-2. No, she did know him before. Like, he used to come to the. Yeah. Oh god, another one. Hmm. Yeah, it's going to, like, not only that, his confidence will be even in tatters, more in tatters. Oh god, oh god, he's down by another point. Hmm. Hmm. Mm, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he couldn't go and speak to her. Yeah. 2013. He couldn't take that step, I guess. That's what he's trying to say. Confidence, and everything. Oh no no no! No! Hey! Oh wait! Oh no! Oh no! He Yusa got the point. So that's one set for him, I think. He just appeared out of nowhere. What the hell? Right. If he didn't slip on that, he would have gotten that. I think that's what Yusa's thinking. Oh no! Another one. Oh god. Okay. No, oh, that's out. Oh. Yeah. Final game of junior high. Oh wow. Oh damn. Wait, did he get that? Or was it out? Yeah, he's improving as he's playing. I was gonna say, that is insane. Oh, oh, that was a. Oh, he jumped. Oh wow! By the wait, was that out? No, it was still in. I think. I don't know. Oh wow! Wait. He got a set. Okay, I didn't realize that. Well, he enjoys the competition. That's why he's trying to get to. How do you? Okay, so whoever gets this wins this, I think, or I don't know. Oh, oh, he got another one. No, wait. No, wait, what happened? Oh, wait, Taiki won? Oh, the one on the left was Taiki? I thought it was the opposite. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was impressive. Hmm. Just blushing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. It's first time he actually looked at him. Right. Hmm. You know what? There's one thing. I'll talk about this later. I feel like the reason Yusa was not underestimating him, but he didn't really think that much about him. That's why, not to be that person, but I feel like Yusa could have done better. And that's what I think. Obviously, Taiki improved immensely, but he still has to go further to win against Yusa. I feel like because okay, I'll talk. Like I said, I'll talk about this later. Yeah, yeah. He it's like some juice or something. Right. Oh, water. No, what is that? Yeah, it was the same thing. What? Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's post drink. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I was just saying that. That no. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay, bro. Calm down. Wow. Wait, what happened to Haryu's match? What? Oh. Yeah, you know Mata. Mata means yeah. Oh wow. Mm. Okay, what happened to Haryu's match? Did he lose? What? Oh my god. That is crazy. That is actually crazy. Oh boy. Yeah, this is what you're dreaming? Wow. She brought that as a gift. The Pokari. You know what? It's funny because this is literally what dreams are. Okay. Yeah, because he's taking stuff from which he actually heard in reality and putting that in his dreams. Oh lord. And he's gonna wake up now, I think. Oh god. Well, okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. That it? Yeah. And that was today's episode. So today we had the practice match against Yusa, and Taiki actually won. Now, I was literally talking about this. This is the part which I was trying to say. Like, I feel like, yeah, Taiki won. Obviously, he did a great job over there. But I feel like he actually would have lost, or if not lost, I wouldn't say lost, but he would have had a way worse time like competing against Yusa if Yusa actually took him seriously from the very beginning, just like he did for Haryu. Like, to Yusa, he was like, oh, this is a dude who brought me to the gymnasium, it's fine. Started playing against him. He was playing a little bit, like Taiki wasn't really playing that well at the beginning. So the first set he got, and they were going on normally and everything. And then from the very middle, when Taiki starts actually improving more and more, and when Yusa was like, wait a minute, he's kind of uncanny. It seems like he's like improving while playing. So that part, that is the part from where I feel like Yusa started taking him seriously and went with a mentality that, yeah, this guy is dangerous. I have to be careful. And it was way into the game. Taiki has already gotten a few points. I think he already got one set by that time. So then, like in the end, it was like a very close match then. If Yusa had this mentality from the very beginning against Taiki, I feel like Taiki would have had way worse time against him. And that is why against Haryu, I'm pretty sure he was giving his all against Haryu. Also, the loss against Taiki probably made him even more competitive. That is why, against Haryu, he probably gave his 200% instead of 100%, which was all the more reason why, like he was able to win against Haryu. So, that kind of thing. Anyways, that is what I was saying. I was like, obviously, Taiki won. This is like a huge improvement. Not only this is going to help him, increase his confidence, but he'll also, like he now has like a, like he's like, yeah, I can do this. And from here he can, like, improve. The opponent is also looking at him. He's not just like an unknown player now. Everyone's looking at him, and he has that much of amount of expectations and all that. So like this is a thing, like like people might say that, oh, like having expectations kind of make you like like more anxious, more like there's a lot of pressure and stress. I agree to that, obviously, but at the same time I feel like if no one acknowledges you, that in itself is in some way a very like a very not demeaning, but it's a very like self-confidence like lowering thing. Like like you're just playing and your opponent is like, yeah, whatever, like that kind of thing. People don't know you, and the more, like, obviously the more people know you, the more people have expectations on you, and as it goes more and more and more, obviously it'll probably reach a point where people are so much depending on you that it kind of becomes like something bad. You're like stressed out, like everyone's like, oh yeah, like looking at you and everything. That obviously is kind of negative against your own mental well-being. But at the same time, when nobody knows you and you're just like the air, even your opponent doesn't acknowledge you, that is also confidence wise, that is also very lowering, confidence lowering. And so that was what Taiki was up until now. The only people who knew him were his few classmates, that's it, and Haryu and all that. Now everyone's like, oh, this guy. Yeah, so that will probably help him gain more confidence in himself, because now that Yusa has acknowledged him, he'll gain more confidence in himself, and that will help him. Anyways, I kind of went on a tangent here. What I was mainly talking about was like, yeah, Yusa, if he gave, like, took him seriously from the very beginning, I feel like this match would have been different. But at the same time, you could also say that Taiki also started like like playing well from the middle. So I guess maybe that cancels each other out. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, this is like next time, next match, wherever that is, if that is in the like nationals, that will be the match where we will see who's better than who has improved more. It's not that who's better than who has improved more in that amount of time. Because now I think Taiki and Yusa are evenly matched. I would rather say Yusa's a little bit stronger than him. You know, yeah, that seems more likely. Even still, like Taiki won, but yeah. So that's the current situation. Next match will probably be like a like which will show us that who has improved more and who is better at the game now. Now, next match will probably be in the nationals. I don't think they'll be again meeting anymore after this, unless they decide to meet, unofficially and have a match. Unless that happens, I think like the next match will probably be in the nationals. We'll see. Like I said, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe they'll unofficially do a match or something like that might happen. There's a possibility. Who knows? We'll see. Either way, so yeah, that is the thing. Now for Taiki, obviously you can see that Taiki throughout the whole game he was thinking about what he is, why he's like this. There's a section where he says that who do I think I am? Now it's very interesting because like obviously I can understand what he's trying to say. He's trying to say that I tried to take this so casually, because he wanted to get closer to Chinatsu, and he was like, oh, like Chinatsu's trying to go to the national. Sure, he also got inspired by it, and he liked playing badminton, and obviously he was like, I'm also going to go to the national. He took it like that. He made that a goal in that sense, and he thought up until now, obviously, that oh yeah, I'll be able to do it. I'll improve more. I'll do my training. I'll do this. I'll do that. And yeah, everything is okay. And then reality came crashing in front of his eyes when he realized, when he was against Yusa in the match before, and he didn't get selected for the national. And that is where he started thinking that, wait a minute, oh, and his confidence went in tatters and everything. And now you can see he's like replaying everything in his head, and he's thinking like the way I just casually just took this up as a goal, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the national, I'm gonna win, like that was too damn arrogant of me. Who do I think I am? Because so many things goes in these type of things. If you're trying to reach the top, you have to go through so many things. And he's realizing now that he's on the spot, and now that he's realizing that this is probably what everyone has to go through, and Chinatsu senpai has been going through. This is the feeling that she has got when she lost back then, and she has been playing with that feeling, with that burden continuing, and I just took it so casually, as if I'm just like doing this as a hobby or something like that, casually. Who do I think I am? I don't know, at least that's how I interpreted what he was thinking at that point. That is why now that he's at that spot, now that he has gotten a few loss, like he lost against Yusa, he this whole thing is happening, he's realizing the difference in the capability. He is like, yeah, that was a bit too cocky of me, like, yeah, like this is way more. This is not just something that I can just take up and be like, oh, I'm going to go to the nationals. It has so much more behind it. Like, so yeah. If I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing this properly. And it's not to say that he hasn't been taking this serious. He has been taking this serious all throughout. But the problem was, I guess you could say, the fact that he thought that he could do this without even realizing what it takes to be someone like this. For him it was like, oh, practice, train, do good in the nationals, win. And he never gave any he never really slacked off or anything in his practice. That he gave his 100%, as we saw. He was practicing every day. He was putting his effort. But that's not the problem. The problem here is, I feel like, the mentality. That, oh yeah, I'm going to be there. But now he knows what it means to stand there. And so now he is, I guess you could say, mentally prepared, or has been, yeah, you know what, that's probably a better way to say it. He's mentally prepared now, or he's realized what it means to be like playing in the nationals. Mentally, he now knows that as well. He's been giving his all physically. Mentally he wasn't prepared, but now he, at least he's on the way to, or on the journey of being properly prepared mentally as well. And that's the current situation with him. And as soon as he realized that, as soon as he grasped that, little by little he was able to, you know gain back his points back up again. And like, yeah, and he was able to win against Yusa. There you go. That was Taiki's, like, match. Now, that was a really good episode. That whole section where they were like, like the badminton like episode was really well done. I really liked it. And like, this is what I was talking about. I was like, yeah, obviously the rom-com and everything is quite good, obviously. But there was a lot of the sections where you could see they just skipped the games, weren't really showing us much. Especially with Chinatsu's games, I feel like we've never seen her play a game at all. There was one basketball match we kind of saw, it wasn't really properly done as well. So I hope Chinatsu also gets a section like this in the later part, maybe in the nationals. We get like a proper game like this, because even though this is mainly rom-com, like I understand that, these type of things kind of spices, like, like it's a little bit, makes it more spicy and like more varied, and like it makes it more interesting. Because I remember, like, like another one of my most favorite shows is, I've said this multiple times before, Sangatsu no Lion, or March Comes in Like a Lion, which is about shogi. And obviously, to be honest, I knew nothing about shogi. All I knew was like, oh, it's just like chess, like Japanese chess or something. And I was skeptical about whether I would like it or not. The story in itself is so good, but excluding that as well, I would say when they used to show the shogi matches, it was also so interesting seeing them, like, because they're just playing chess. Like, I always thought, like, how can they make that interesting? They still did it. If you haven't watched it, and like, you can give it a watch and you'll see the shogi matches there are so damn interesting. I myself am baffled to see how they were able to pull this off. Like, it's a shogi match. People are sitting down and playing. Like, unless and until you understand how the game is going, you wouldn't have any fun seeing it, would you? I knew nothing about shogi. Obviously, I know about chess. I don't know anything about shogi. And I still had a blast watching those matches. Like, the way they did that. That is a, like, like a, what can I say? Like a way you can, like, like, that is like a, like the way you properly do like a show like that. And that's why I'm saying, like, this match as well, I feel like this was needed. Like, obviously I'm not asking you to give us these type of matches like every single episode or something. Then this has just become a sports anime. Like, like, yeah, I don't need that much. But now and then, like, 3 or 5 or 6 episodes, like, like later, maybe another one, little thing. Yeah. So there you go. Like, up until now, we've just, the character development, the romance and everything, all of that was really well developed up until now. Now we got a little really good game we saw here, and this part is also kind of covered now. The sports part is also covered now. So the next thing that I'm hoping is, like, we get like a Chinatsu's basketball match game we get to see or something. Yeah. Anyways, there you go. That was Taiki versus Yusa. Right, and then obviously the whole section with Chinatsu, where Chinatsu, Chinatsu talked about Taiki to, what was her name? Nagisa, was that his name? Her name? Her friend? That was Nagi. Her name is Nagisa, right? Or am I just mixing her name up with someone else? Anyways, she talked to her about Taiki, and she did kind of, she was like, oh, you know what, like, now that I'm thinking about it, like, are you like, do you like spend time with him back in that day when you called me? Because I heard like someone's voice, and that's when Chinasu told her. Yeah. Anyways, as she said, she's like, you could have just told me, like, this is, yeah, if you didn't want to, you You didn't need to tell everyone. You could have just told me, yeah. Which I also kind of agree with. I'm like, yeah, like, you could have like shared this with your friend. But I guess like Chinasu had her own like yeah, thoughts about it. Anyways, that's that. Right. And then obviously Haryu's loss against Yusa, and now Haryu is even more. You could say like competitive, right? Damn, this is so weird. Like the whole like so Taiki lost against Haryu, Yusa lost against Taiki, but Haryu lost against Yusa. What is this? Rock paper scissors? Like what is going on? Like obviously I understand like the different times, that is why like one person like like improved, like Taiki improved mid game, that is why he was able to go up against Yusa wasn't really taking seriously at the beginning, so that's what also was kind of a little bit like he lost a lot of points there. Haryu For Haryu, Yusa was extra pumped up because he lost to Taiki, so that's why he gave his like 200% while Hayu was in a neutral state. So like obviously because of that, this weird triangle has appeared now. But still, it's kind of funny to think about it. It's literally rock paper scissors. Right. Anyways, yeah, and there you go. That is what happened. In the end, Taiki got that dream of like Shinatsu and Hina. Right. There you go. It's kind of funny because the dream was actually kind of accurate. That's literally what happens. A lot of things that you kind of hear or see or you think about, they kind of go to your dream, but your dream has like this weird type of things that gets mixed up to it. So his scenes that he was seeing was completely different on what was happening, but the words that they were speaking were very similar to what he experienced in real life. Yeah, so that's what was happening. Oh boy. Right, and that was today's episode. Really good episode. Let's see what happens in the next one. Okay, that was that. Now let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In the very first scene, you can see Yusa's there. Yusa has been playing, and we have him coming and immediately sitting down and going to sleep. His senpai here, he was like kind of like telling him that, oh, you should not go to sleep, this and that, while anyways he's like, I'm just trying to conserve my energy. He says here, you can see that he's mainly looking forward to playing with against Haryu, and that's what I'm saying. For Haryu, he had his eyes set on him from the very beginning. He was going to take him seriously from the very beginning, and it became even more apparent, and like he became even more pumped up after he lost. So if he was going to give against Haryu his 100%, he gave his 200%. So basically what happened, he was at first against Taiki, he was giving like his like 20 to 30% like motivation or like attention. Then little by little, when he realizes, like he sees Taiki kind of moving, like and improving little by little, he started taking more seriously. So it became like 70-80%. At almost at the very end, he was giving his 100% against Taiki, I think. And he lost, and after losing, now he's pumped up and he gave against Haryu at 200%, while Haryu was just giving his 100%, or maybe a little bit more than that. So like that's literally what happened. And yeah, like there you go, that's basically what happened. Either way, we'll see. Okay, yeah, that's that. Now, that was that scene. After that, we see Yusa getting paired off against Taiki. So Yusa goes to play against him, while we have Hina coming to look over the match. Hina was very, like embarrassed to show her face out there. But then, also the fact like Hina didn't want to see Taiki lose. That's also why she was kind of like, but her friend was like, come on, you just assume that he's going to lose. Come on, go and see him. And whatever happens, we'll then deal with it. So Hina little by little comes in front, and yeah, like this is very interesting because you can see like how like it's like opposite reactions for Hina and Chinatsu. While Hina was like kind of afraid to see, not afraid, but she didn't want to see Taiki losing or making, as she said, I don't want to see Taiki making that face again. um while we have Chinatsu, who was like, right, like like whatever happens, like I'll be there. And that was like Chinatsu's way of like looking at it. Like, yeah, that's very interesting. Like, this is like both ways that both of them kind of looked like over Taiki, like kept a watch over Taiki. And that, you could probably say, that is the reason why Hina at the end gets embarrassed, or like starts blushing, because she never thought that she would see him win like that. Like, when you like kind of like you go and support someone who you're like, okay, like I wish you the best, but I'm not sure whether you'll be able to win or lose, like you have that type of an attitude. And then when you see like a great match and you get pleasantly surprised, and you're, by the end of it, you're like, damn bro, that was crazy, you got yourself a new fan, that kind of thing. Basically, that when something like kind of like exceeds your expectation. And in this regards, and in this situation, since Hina likes Taiki, you know, exceeding her expectations made her even more embarrassed, and she was even more like blushing and everything. That's why she just like, she's like, okay, time to go, and she just leaves like a robot, while her whole face is like red. At the end of the match. Right. Anyways, so that's that. We have the matches going on, and here we get that scene with Nagisa, where she asks, Chinasu, and she's like, oh, like, by the way, like, were you with that boy back in that day? Because obviously, like, it must be pretty obvious at this point, because Chinasu has been seen like hanging out with Taiki now and then, even in school, like talking to him and everything. Not only that, the fact that Chinasu was looking particularly at that game, you know like Nagisa was like, oh, where are you looking at? And she's like, oh, that match, like Taiki's match. That, and like a lot of other things, probably she put two and two together, and she was like, oh, okay, interesting. And she asked that question, at which, like, obviously at this point, like, Chinasu had to say the truth, and she was like, oh, I'm actually been staying with him in his family. And obviously, like, Nagisa at first is like, what the hell, like, you had to stay here, but like this, like with someone who you don't know. Obviously, for Chinatsu, it's a little bit different, because first and foremost, their mothers are friends. Number one. Number two, she actually did know about him from the beginning. Before that, so he did know what type of a person he is. Obviously, she didn't know him personally, but still, um, yeah, and stuff like that. Anyways, that's that. Either way, Nagisa tells her that, oh, you could have just told me, like, yeah, like, right. Anyways, that is that. Then we again focus on the match, and this is where, you know, we can see Taiki kind of thinking here, this part. This part, you know what? Like I said, I was literally talking about this a few moments ago, where, like, the fact that Taiki just wasn't mentally prepared enough to, like, take this whole thing. He just thought that, oh, I'm just going to go to the nationals, that's it. He didn't know what it means to be going to the national. And now he knows that, he's realizing that, and that's why he is admonishing him mentally and saying that, who do I think I was, like, I was like, oh, I'm going to do it. So, like, just like that. This part, where is that section? I want to punch myself for saying I wanted to make nationals, like it was nothing. There you go. I can't make it unless I'm on his level or better. There you go. That's that. Okay, so, okay, and then he's like thinking about the whole, like, like a lot of the things he's thinking about. For example, the confession with against Hina, or Hina's confession. Like, the whole section with Chinasu as well, where Chinasu lost. As he says that when Chinasu lost, I didn't really go and tell her anything, and she's like, I was waiting for her to and she did contact me, and I felt happy about that. Obviously, but there we go. When Chinasu senpai was down, Okay, wait a minute. Um, I was happy when she reached out to me. I wanted to cheer her up, but yeah. And then all of those memories are playing, and he says, "Who do I think I am?" So yeah, this is the thing. Like, I can understand what he's trying to say here. Basically, he's also saying that the whole thing with Chinasu as well, he wasn't really taking it in a like that properly or that seriously in a serious manner. It was just like how he said that, oh, nationals, okay, I'm going to go to the nationals. Just like that. For Chinasu as well, he was also like, oh, okay, like, like after I go to the nationals, I will, like, like I will confess to Chinasu. I'm not going to do it before that whole thing. Obviously, that doesn't mean that he wasn't taking it seriously, or it also doesn't mean that his feelings for Chinatsu are not real up until now. That is not true. Both of those were true. Even though he did take it like that, he was giving his 100% for the matches. Even though he, like, about Shinasu as well, even though he thought about it like that, he did genuinely like Chinasu. He does genuinely like Chinasu. But the problem is that he wasn't mentally prepared to tackle both of them, or he lacked that up until now, which he's now realizing. And now he's like, I treated the Chinasu situation just like I treated the matches as well, like how I thought about it. Who do I think I am? Because this is what highlights it. I also thought this was a bit weird. I didn't really say anything at that time, because I thought, it was just, I found it weird that he, after Chinasu lost, he didn't say anything to Chinasu. Like, I can understand that obviously, like, you don't want to reach the, like, go with that subject just with someone who, against someone who just lost. Yeah, for one day, maybe 2 days. I'm pretty sure I don't remember how many days exactly, but I'm pretty sure there was a few days gap that he never really talked to Chinasu at all. He was just waiting for Chinasu to come and talk to him. And that's what happened. That is when he, like, when Chinasu, like, phoned him and messaged him, that whole section. If Chinasu didn't message him then, I feel like he wouldn't have talked to her then, even maybe later on in the future, but he probably wouldn't have initiated conversation from himself back then. Chinatsu contacted him, that's why he did. That I did feel that a bit weird. I was like, okay, like 1 day, 2 day maybe, but why did he not talk to her? Shouldn't he at least go and tell her that, oh, like, like, oh, like, I'm sorry about the match. Don't worry, like something like that, anything, like just anything, just like, something. So again, I didn't really think much about that at that time, because I was like, oh, okay, whatever, like, like Yasu contacted him and it's fine now, so it's okay. But now that it's bringing this up, I'm like, yeah, like I did feel that a little bit odd, the fact that he never talked to her and was waiting for Chinasu to, yeah. And that's what he says here. He was like for Chinasu as well, I was just like, just waiting for her to, like, I wasn't taking it seriously like that. At least, like, yeah, I'm serious about obviously that I like her, but my, like, mentally I wasn't really that prepared to tackle both of it, either of it. I'm like, the matches or Chinatsu, mentally I wasn't ready. That's why I just waited there, like, for something to change. Yeah, so that's like, and this is where he realizes that, who do I think I am? Okay. And here also you can see Hina also sees this part of Taiki, and she's like, I've never seen Taiki like this before. Always I've seen him just happy and everything, but this desperate, I want to win, this type of, like, thing. Yeah. And Chinasu also realizes what Taiki was talking about, that standing on the like the game pitch, all alone, taking the responsibility, bearing on top of it the whole responsibility, like, yeah, there you go. And not only that, here Chinasu also reveals something different. She says that when Taiki said that, oh, like, you've been coming here practicing every day, like, Taiki got motivated by her. If you remember that whole conversation that Taiki had with her, when he told her that, oh, I know that you came here even after the day you lost, you came here crying and you were still practicing, so are you just going to let it go, and just leave? Like that whole section in the very first episode. Chinasu reveals here that she also watched him practice on the day of the match. I think, like, when in junior high, that match, as she says. So seeing him made her, like, even after she lost, come and like practice. So it was like, you could say, like, it was like both sides, like, like just like a cycle. Okay. Yeah, and this is where he starts gaining points, you can see properly. Even that senpai, that guy, he was like, damn, like, I wasn't expecting someone like this to be here. And he's like, oh well, like, next year, one more person to keep an eye on, and like one more rival on our book. And in the end, he was able to get that point, and he won that. Okay, everyone's like, oh, Taiki, good job, like, and Yusa's also like, oh, like, I'm not satisfied with this, we'll have another match later. And then Taiko's like, okay, let's do another one. And they're like, Haru's like, nope, you're tired, go back, I also have my match. So, all right. Anyways, Hina, I can see Hina leaves here. Like I said, Hina, obviously, seeing this whole thing, she was very, like, embarrassed, I guess. Not embarrassed, I guess you could say. She was very, like, like surprised, and like kind of blushing and everything, and she like leaves without being able to talk or do anything, right. Not only that, after that, Taiki's like outside, and Chinasu comes and gives him the energy drink or Pokari, and she's like, oh, this is a little bit different. And she plays that little game, and then she's like, oh, this one had my appreciation power in it. Okay, anyways, they have a conversation here, and this is where Shinatsu tells Taiki about like that whole thing where she saw him practicing as well on that day. Okay, right, then she kind of like hums a little tune about the Keon Club, and this is where the whole conversation kind of gets shifted to Hina, where they starts talking about the festival and all that's going to happen, the school festival. And this is where Taiki starts thinking about the whole kiss thing which Hina told him. And when like Chinasu says like, oh, Hina was here, by the way, like, yeah. And this is Chinasu was going to ask about, like, like what were they going to do about the kiss, at which Taiki just immediately jumps the gun and he's like, oh, we didn't do it. And Chinasu's like, what? And he's like, oh no, I mean, yeah, like they'll fake it, that's what I was trying to say. But like, either way, and that's that. Someone calls Taiki and Taiki rushes away, and I feel like Chinasu realized what Taiki was trying to say there, like at that point. Yeah, so that's that. Either way, then Taiki brings like the hand like thing to Yusa, and Yusa's like tries to remember his name properly now, because obviously now he's on his radar. He's like, oh, your name is Inomata. Ino means boar and Mata means groin. Yeah, so boar groin. And he says, I can understand until I think about it like that. I cannot remember people's name. So there you go. Either way, he says like, see you again later. Later on, we get to know that Haru has lost, so Haru is not happy. That's that. Later on at home, Taiki is having a weird ass dream where he's gone to the nationals, fought against Yusa, won the match, won the nationals. Chinasu has come to congratulate him with a big sports drink, and tries to like grab him, and like while we have Hina who grabs the other hand and tries to kiss him, and he just wakes up in the middle of it. Yeah, and that is where it ended. Yeah, that was probably the best episode of these 18 episodes. Yeah, so yeah, that was that. So let's see what happens. I think now from here onwards we'll probably focus on like the school festival or something. We'll see. So that is it. Thanks for watching. This was my reaction to episode number 18 of Hako. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, Subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Hako. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.